Hey, y'all, this is Whitney Houston.
With Porsche Foxx.
I'm mad at you, Whitney Houston.
What's up, girl?
You know, I first met you in person at the fish market in Buckhead, and I was like, yo, I've been here 5 years, never got a chance to talk to Whitney Houston, and here it is 5 years later. Why it took you so long? I'm mad at you.
Sorry.
So this is what I'd like you to do to make it up to me.
All right.
I want you to come in and take over the big afternoon show. I'm the only woman in Georgia doing afternoon radio.
Really?
Yes.
I would love to.
I would like you to come run my show.
Wait a minute, my husband's fussing over here. What? I'm talking to Porsche Foxx, Bobby.
What's up, Bobby?
She said, hey, what's up,
Hey,
bro?
Bobby.
She said, hey, what's up, Bobby? How you doing, Porsche?
I'm doing good.
Good, she's good. So when is the afternoon? When does it happen?
2 to 6. I'm actually celebrating my birthday every day next week, and I'd love for you and Bobby to come in and take over.
Okay, baby. I think we can make that happen.
Can we make that happen?
I believe so.
Whitney, what's been happening with Whitney?
I'm living
Okay.
my life, raising my daughter,
All right.
loving my husband.
All right.
Living my life finally.
All right.
Like I like to live it, not like people think I am or want me to.
Why is it that Whitney is now 40 and just now living her life?
Because I dedicated my life to singing and show business and to the industry for my 20s and my 30s. That's abnormal for any young woman to live.
Right.
Usually young women are out, meeting people, dating, going to college, blah, 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 blah. I was a millionaire and I was a superstar by the time I was 23.
How about that?
So my life was taken up by a lot of given time to the industry. So now that I'm 40, I know what I'm doing, I know what I want, and the decisions are quick and fast.
I'm going to say it the way my mom says it. Praise God.
Praise Him. All day long.
You know, Whitney, being a millionaire at 23, I mean, you had so much so fast, and people, I think, tend to forget that you paid dues early on as well.
Oh, yeah.
What is the smallest thing or things that you do now that's the biggest thing in the world to you?
Clean my house.
How about that? How about that?
You know what I mean? Wash my own clothes, stuff like that. Do dishes, put them in the dishwasher.
All right.
Yep.
I know some women are sitting out there like, is she out of her damn mind?
No, I'm really not.
Okay.
That's what satisfies me, to know that my family knows that I did that.
All right, then.
You know?
All right.
Yeah.
What's next for Whitney?
Well, I'm doing a lot of producing. We have a series coming on from Disney called The Cheetah Girls. Yeah, which made the series on primetime, so that's really cool. Yeah, I'm in production, I did Cinderella, we did The Princess Diaries, which is in the second phase of The Princess Diaries 2, and Bobby and I, Brown House, did that. And we're doing Cheetah Girls also, and we're about to do some other stuff for Disney, and Bobby and I are going to do a film together.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is great.
Hey,
you know what? I was the first person in Georgia to tell everybody about you doing your first Christmas album. And being that you've done Christmas songs, everybody automatically thought you've already had a Christmas CD.
That's right. That's right. Not yet. Not until November the 18th.
And you're doing it with your baby girl. You got to do it with Bobby.
You are not going to believe my daughter on this record. She's an angel. When you hear her voice, she is truly the angel.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is awesome. It's Whitney Houston, everybody. I don't know what you're doing now Thursday. When I come back, I want to talk about where you are in life.
I'm at that point where, I feel good.
It's a What You Doing Now Thursday.
Whitney Houston, everybody. We'll be back.
With Porsche Foxx.
Portia Fox back with Whitney Houston talking about what she's doing now. And you're at the most peaceful place you've ever been in your life.
I am, Bush. I'm at that point where, I feel good.
Wow.
I feel good. Finally, I'm at a place where I know where I am, and I know who I am.
You've been searching for a peaceful place for a while now. I mean, you've done a lot of different things to try to find peace, from shutting the public out, your family. You've even traveled.
Yeah.
You stopped your career to find peace.
Yes.
What did it take for you to find peace?
To know that I was being sucked dry. To know that it was being taken from me, like my joy was being sucked out of my soul. And where I come from, and from the foundation from whence I come from, that means you got to get back to God. You got to get back to the spirit man.
All right.
You got to get back to that. You know what I mean? And that's what I did. And I took a long journey to get there because I had spent so much time in the giving and the giving and the giving and the taking. I didn't realize it was being taken from me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And one day I turned around and said, wow, look at me. I'm being sucked dry. And I went back home. And I went a ways back. I went back to the Holy Land.
All right.
And I found a peace and an empowerment there that I could not find here in America. It just doesn't happen here.
Okay.
It just doesn't happen. I mean, I went to a place where the children wake up in the morning and recite the Ten Commandments.
Wow.
They don't do the pledge of allegiance to the flag. They recite the Ten Commandments, which leaves them a great fiber of moral fiber. You know, they don't do each other wrong. They don't cross each other. They don't die of unnatural causes. It's a different way of living, and it's a brighter way of living. It's a better way.
How do you feel when you look back at some of your performances, or you look back at some of your interviews, or you think back to some of the mistakes you've made? How do you feel when you look back at those things?
Some of them, I only wish that I could have made my point more clearer.
Okay.
I don't regret anything I've ever done.
All right.
Trust me, especially calling Wendy Williams and cussing her ass out.
Okay.
I don't regret that. Trust me, I was so angered only by the fact that Wendy had disrespected me on the radio by talking about my parents. Nobody knows this, but Wendy, my father was dying at the time, and Wendy got on there talking major mucho crapola.
Well, first of all, let's stop talking about Wendy, because I'm a far classier interviewer than Wendy Williams. Number two, but don't you think that kind of comes with the territory with you being a superstar? That yes, people will ask you questions, and maybe some are out of place, but then you have fans that actually believe and feel that they are a part of your life and expect answers. And one of the most prevalent questions is generally about your drug usage.
Let's say this. This is about the music. It is not about you asking me like I would ask my child, okay? I asked my daughter that. I asked my nieces that. I'm 40, Portia. I'm 40. You
Yes.
don't ask me questions like that. And that's period. I'm not answering no more shit.
You know, and I know it's about the music, but then when you're in the limelight, like I said, you're in the public eye. I mean, people generally want answers. And the most popular question is generally about your drug usage.
What does that have to do with anything?
But wait.
Most of the personalities I know are on drugs. Most people on the radio are on drugs.
Well, you know what? A lot of people might say, I mean, much like our major athletes, our actors, or be it a hip-hop artist, I mean, you are a superstar, and you have to be accountable for your actions. So, yes, you do have to answer these questions, because guess what? We put you where you are today.
Right.
That comes with the territory. So, yes, you do have to answer some of those questions.
Ma'am, what you have to understand, sweetheart, is that we are human beings, that we also have a life that has human nature.
Absolutely.
We don't spend 24/7 trying to entertain y'all all the time.
Absolutely.
There's a moment where we have to get up and brush our teeth. We have arguments. We have disagreements. We have our daily struggles every day. Just because money doesn't make you inhuman.
Right. And you know what, Whitney? I'm only asking you this because I face some of these battles myself. I mean, if we were talking about the average 40-year-old, people wouldn't care. But we're talking about Whitney Houston.
Come on, man.
You know, but it's
You're
not...
worried about me? Get over it. And let's just get to it.
It's Whitney Houston. I don't know what you're doing now Thursday. Getting ready for her very first Christmas CD in stores November 18th. And you know, a lot of people think you've already done a Christmas CD. And this is actually your very first.
I think what they mistake is the preacher's wife.
Well, you know, the great thing about talking to you this afternoon, we talked about your experience from you being a millionaire at 23 to you not caring about money, just caring about being you, a human being.
Yes, ma'am.
And putting things in perspective. Basically, for people to not worry about Whitney Houston, you know what time it is, to have concerns with more important things in life.
Hey, Portia, let's talk about homeboy who just choked his baby. Come on. We're talking about dices here.
Yeah.
We're talking about checking in on people who really have major problems.
Yeah, they do.
They're killing our babies. Come on. Come on. That just doesn't settle with me correctly.
I really wanted to do this interview, and I was just ecstatic when they told me Whitney wanted to talk to Porsche Foxx.
Yes, ma'am.
And you sound like you're really in a good place in life, and that makes me feel good, and I'm sure all of your fans, too, to hear that Whitney's happy. You've got your first ever Christmas CD coming out, November the 18th. You're happy about being at home, taking care of your family. You stated earlier in the interview that you're actually excited about being able to wash your own clothes.
Man, I guess I always knew what my purpose was, Portia. I always
that.
knew what my purpose was. My mother and I had years and years of practice. See, I was taught by the masters themselves. I mean, I was around people like Aretha, Sissy, Dion, Gladys, Lena, Diane Carroll. I grew up with these people in my life. And these are soul survivors. They have stood the test of time. They have been through it. They have taken their punches. I mean, literally taken them. And they're still standing to tell the story for people like me.
You sound like you have a greater appreciation for family.
I do. I really, my family's always been my love. you know, from my in-laws to the Browns to the Houstons. I mean, we have stood together, and that's what it's all about, no matter what. You know what I mean? And we've all had our differences and our doubts and everything, but when it comes right down to it, we come as family, as one.
How about
have a
that?
Good time.
What do you want people to understand most about Whitney Houston?
It's like this. It's just like you, just like me. We go through the same thing. You know, just like I may have money, you may not have money, but I swear to you, I worry about my child like you worry about your child. I got to go grocery shopping. You got to go grocery shopping. There's so many things we have in common. It's just, don't take the money factor to the height. It's just all hype. We all have the same problems. We all got to straighten them out every day. We have human issues to deal with.
Well, you know, that's what I tell all my kids. Porsche Foxx Fall School Tour. Make all the money you can, but never let money make you.
That's right. You know, they said it's the root to what? Evil. You know, more money, more problems. I don't know what they want from me, girl.
It's Whitney Houston, everybody. If you just check it out, the Porsche Foxx Show, and she's just keeping it real. That's why I love her.
I love you, too.
You got the Christmas CD coming out on the 18th. What's your favorite Christmas song, Whitney?
Oh, my God. What's my favorite Christmas song? Oh, chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Bobby Christina, you're doing a duet with your baby girl. This is the first one.
That's right.
Our finest gifts we bring, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, to lay before the king, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum-pum. So to honor him, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum, when we come. That's my baby.
My baby.
What made you decide to do a Christmas CD?
You know, L.A. and I just talked about it, and he said, you never did one. I said, you know, you're right. And it just came upon us just to do this album. I just never did one, and I just thought, God, it would be great to sing Christmas songs like the Christmas song, or Oh Holy Night, or, you know, the First Noel. Songs I grew up on and I love.
How about that?
Done in a really hot arrangement. You're going to love it.
What is your most memorable moment for Christmas?
One of my favorite stories is when I was a kid, right? I had an easy bake oven, and my brother had a vertical.
I had one of those, too.
Wait a minute. But we got mad at each other, and he stabbed my easy bake oven, and I stabbed his vertibird. And, you know, it had the helicopter that went around. And when it came around that one time, I stabbed it, and it was and it was the funniest Christmas ever. It was just one of those moments where I'll never forget me and my brother Mike playing with our toys, and I stabbed his, he stabbed mine.
Oh, my God.
It was funny.
What's the best Christmas present you've ever received?
Bobby Christina Brown.
Actually, I heard a little rumor that you and Bobby are still trying to bake cookies in the oven. Is that true?
Yeah, baby. We working on it. Yeah, Betty Crocker.
In case everybody didn't hear the interview earlier, I actually could hear Bobby swinging from the ceiling fan in the background. But we won't even go there. Kids are listening.
She wants a brother. You got to give her a brother. Nah.
You something else, girl.
It's a What You Doing Now, Thursday,
Hey, y'all. This is Whitney Houston. Love you. Peace.
with Porsche Foxx.
Love you.
Love you too, darling.